What an interesting sight to see no steering column, but that's because we are going to full electric steering. So here we have the e-Power steering kit from e-Power Steering. I'm gonna be showing you guys the installation of this thing, and it's something that I really want for the car since we got the whole new setup for everything. So electric power steering, epowersteering.com. So this is a full traditional straight electric power steering. When you order the kit, you're basically just gonna remove your entire steering shaft all the way down to the rack, all the way up to the down to the rack, up to the steering wheel. You're gonna remove your ignition switch. Sometimes you're gonna have these, if you've never drilled these out, you can poke a hole in them and then use like an easy out. Super easy to remove. These are really soft metal, and then use an easy out and it just basically barely even have to try. But they send you an entire kit. They have this deal, which is, this is modified. It's a little bit different from that. You'll notice that there's gonna have to be a section cut out of this that's gonna be shortened. Right here is a little bit different than this. So if we were to set this guy right side by side here, you're gonna see that there is a cut. And then as well as this one, this guy is going to be just like so. You guys will see that there is a gap in the matrix, and that is for the electric power steering motor, which actually does fit perfectly underneath the dash, and we will get to that point. Everything has been included. There is a core charge on that thing. I think it's 240 bucks, so you can pay the core charge, and if you want to, you can just send that back to them, which is actually a pretty solid deal. And then we have all these parts here. You'll salvage your boot off the old one that goes to the firewall. So we got the motor, got some nice connectors here, a big old power and ground, basically like a starter motor. We got the electric power steering ECU, so it's another control unit. All the wiring for plug and play, got a ground, and then stick this guy right on battery positive, super easy. And then here is a wiring kit for the actual knob to set the adjustment to however you want. And it looks like you can stick that right into a fuse panel, which that's pretty sweet too. Super straightforward, looks like a very easy setup. And then we will have electric power steering, no hydraulic leaks. Essentially, I am going from no power steering. I deleted all my hydraulic power steering a long time ago. My alternator is now in the position for the power steering pump, and I am on a hydraulic rack, but we will be switching off the hydraulic rack. We're just going to be displacing the hydraulics. So all my stuff is sealed. I've got some lines being ran to the other side, so everything's just like kind of recirculating. And this is just going to fill the gap. We have to start on the rack. We'll be taking this guy right here. It's gonna look a little bit weird when you take it all apart because the boot itself is covering up here. So this guy right here wraps up on this right here. I took this guy off the rack. I didn't even have to, but I did. So we'll be putting this back on the rack. Then we will be putting that piece into this. All right, so when you guys are setting it in there, make sure the flat spot is going to be facing up where the bolt goes, because you want the bolt to be able to go through. If it's not, then the actual round edge of this will get in the way of the bolt. You won't be able to actually tighten the bolt. And then it'll be the same way on the bottom side when you're actually putting it on the actual rack. So on the rack, it doesn't matter. There's actually a little spot that will let the bolt slide between it. You guys can see the shiny spot. Yeah, so there's a spot that allows the bolt to come. There's a spot that allows the bolt to come through, so you'll just have to make sure you take the bolt all the way out before you take off the shaft. Otherwise, it won't be able to come out. This is my first time putting this together too, so I like this design. It's very straightforward. Screw these down here. Then we'll take this shaft, run it straight in, adjust it to where you can actually see the set screw. It doesn't matter where it's at, because obviously this is just going to turn perpetually, at least whenever you need it to turn. But the set screw itself has a little, it has a knurled end, so like it's in the shape of a bowl, basically. So once you get it in there, it'll stay in there. Make sure you get it tight enough, so that way nothing slips around. It does turn now, that you can get some leverage on it. Just make sure you can turn it and that set screw doesn't rub anything. Oh yeah, that was a little bit frustrating trying to get that freaking U-joint back onto the rack, but we got her in there. This is all mounted up like it's supposed to be, so now we're basically in two parts. Everything is connected at the rack, and then all of this is all bolted up. So this is all snug, but everything can still kind of rotate and move off of that joint down there. Once we get this section up and then we bolt it up here, it'll lift all the way up, so it'll be pretty straight and way higher than what it looks like right now. So whenever you actually lift it all the way up, you won't even see it. It won't even be there. You're not going to hit it with your foot or anything. All right, so when you're installing this, make sure you're installing this as if you're putting your stock one back on. And then they supply 3 bolts, which will be bolting up the 3 mounting points on the front side of your steering column. So we'll get those on there, and then we should be able to just mount this guy right up into its factory location. And then our steering shaft will be all done. We just got to do the wiring. She's all bolted in. Look at that, it's a lot higher than you think. It's going to be completely hidden from view and everything. Your feet and everything, you're not even going to feel it. It's not even going to be in your way. There's so much room behind there, you can put your feet up behind it. So, yeah, we've got actually quite a bit of room under here. This thing's just long enough to go to the trunk. I think they literally just they included enough to go all the way to the trunk. So I suppose I'm going to go ahead and throw this right into my messy trunk. I'm going to hook it right up to the battery since, you know, they gave us that much. And we'll probably run it right along here. We'll go behind the seat, right across. We'll go behind the seat and then down right beside the driver's seat under the carpet. And we'll run right along right here and then we'll plug in. And should be super straightforward. I mean, there's nothing more easy than this. I think we only have just a couple more things. Now this guy right here, which you'll just ground out to your kick panel firewall, and then this guy will plug into a fuse. Looks like a very simple setup, and that's just simply to power, I think, just the switch. Otherwise, you got that great big thing right there is supposed to power everything, and should be solid. I think hopefully I can fit this back in there while this is up right now. I should be able to. I can, so it just goes in right here. Alright, this is what my clock spring looks like before putting it in. So it's dramatically different than what it used to be before. Obviously you can see where I did like a rough cut here. So this is like all broken off. And we've got these spades here. I got these spades going to these tabs. That ground is hardwired, which is perfectly okay to me. And then you can see where I've got these 2 notches basically drilled out. I basically laid a drill bit sideways and then just pressed down on it to like cut out the notches. And the notches are specifically for my hub. So you can see the back of the hub. The only thing that I can actually grab the clock spring with is these 2 little pins here. So the way that I have it set up here is I notched out those so that way I can run the clock spring through it, and then this actually rotates with the hub. So that's how I set this up. Really, honestly, all you have to think about is the fact that you have a mounting position. The back side here is your mount. However this turns in the middle, it does not matter. It can look ugly. Once this is mounted, it's all going to be hidden anyways, and you're never going to know. The whole objective of this is so that way the clock spring will rotate and you will get your contact points. But this is basically how I got it set up here. Very simple. It's very, very slimmed down from what it was. I successfully ran the wiring. I've got it going back behind my battery, running along my trunk firewall, goes up and right down there, comes down between the seat and my plastic, then runs right along the side of the seat, pops up right here. So she's fully tucked, really super easy to do. And then now we've got the 2 big plug-ins that plug into the side of here, and then this one's to the knob, and then this guy plugs into the motor, and then this guy is just going to plug in to one of the fuse spots right over here. I'm going to have to figure out which one I don't use. For the 240 guys, the way that we're going to mount this is you got this understeering cover right here, and then this guy is just going to sit like this. And then you'll pull this harness out of the way so it's not running into anything, or we'll run it like right down the middle or so. And then when you set this up here, this is designed in a way that it's fitting exactly perfect with those 2 rails right here and right here. This exactly fits, so that way when you set it in there, it's pushing on it just so slightly. So as far as I see, there's not any way to actually mount it unless you do some custom stuff. I'm assuming these holes are probably for something different. But from as far as I can see, everything that I've just tested with, it does hold it in place, and it holds it in place nicely. I mean, obviously there's no reason why this should be flying anywhere. Yeah, it looks like a very straightforward process. We just have to basically just plug everything in, and then it's gonna work. All right, everything is all tucked. Everything's all ready to go. I got everything all singed down. And really, it's just set the key, and according to the instructions, you should hear the relay click. Okay, you can slightly hear it. And even right now, oh yeah, so you can, the whole steering is turning. No problem, just with my hands. And then the knob and everything. There's no sense in showing you guys what the knob adjustment does, because all it does is make it less tactile. So it'll get harder and harder to turn as you adjust it, because this is max settings. And with the steering on, it is effortless. Absolutely effortless. It feels just like my 2021 RS3. So key off, the relay will click off in a second. There it is. And then now we're back to fully stiff steering, which is just all manual labor. And then once again, key back on, relay clicks, motor's ready to go, completely effortless. And I mean, we're effortless, and we're talking like we got absolutely honking meats on this car. So these things are straight off an R35 GTR. You guys know what that's like. But it's not like it's moving small tires either. They're 255s on the front on a big chunk of meat. So yeah, this is amazing. This is effortless. It feels literally like a brand new car, like everything. It's amazing. Now we just gotta take it for a rip and go down the road and see what it's like. All right, we're gonna go for a little drive with the new electric power steering, see what it's like. It's on full assist right now. I'm gonna do also my paddle shifters, because why not? Oh, wow. Now that is, look at this. She's sad because Everett. This is incredible. Oh my, this car just feels so different. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's wild.
That is crazy. I mean, it's literally been a long time. Wow, this is so, there's no resistance like how you would normally feel with hydraulic power steering. There's no like resistance of the pump trying to trying to displace the fluid. Oh man, my car's gonna get muddy. All right, see if it self-centers. Okay, maybe there's too much assist. Okay, it does self-center. Oh, that's crazy. That feels insane. That's like, wow. This just changed the car completely.
Feels like it.
That's insane. It's so effortless.
Shits and gets, boys.
This power steering is crazy. Wow. I think I fixed my my coilover. I let it race it just enough. It's not rubbing anymore.
Ride's good too.
It does ride good with the cool. This is like, yes, that's what I'm talking about right there. That is insane. The steering is nuts.
Do that again on front.
Wow, this thing literally feels like the GTR. That is crazy.
That's hilarious.
it's just like the GTR. That's insane. We were rubbing a little bit. I gotta figure out where that was.
Front right.
Is it front right?
Yep.
Oh, so I just gotta roll the fender. How about you? I like those paddle shifters though.
Yeah, those are pretty slick.
Like their shifts. It's just like a GTR. It's so great. This is amazing. I love this so much. This steering is insane. I don't even know. It's so hard to describe this car now. Like, I think it might actually be too much assist. Like, it's trying to overcompensate. It feels a little bit weird. I might have to reach under there and switch it up.
Wow.
Oh, but this is just... Oh, wow. Look at that steering radius.
Yeah, that's wild.
It's so great. That is amazing.
That's insane.
This car is not even the same. That is crazy. 41 degrees Celsius for the trans temp, even after all that. Alright, I'm trying to grab my knob.
Grab your knob.
It's hard to find, it's not that big. Alright. Oh wait, we got a downshift. Alright, so I turned the assist down a little bit. I love the shifts in this. I mean, this is excellent.
Yeah, bringing some modern performance in the
It
whole
is
car.
literally incredible. I would do the straight driving, whipping back and forth, but I don't want people calling the cops on us because we're kind of sandwiched. What do you think so far?
I'm just blown away how different it feels from the car I rode in a few weeks ago. Suspension's nice, steering is nice. I can tell it's direct.
It's so great. This thing's gonna be an animal in the autocross.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be a weapon.
Now I need to set up the full auto mode. I'm trying to figure out why these people are going so slow though. Thank God. Oh, that's amazing. I love that.
Yeah. Fucking stay put. There we go.
It's great.
That's
it's so
insane.
good. Wow.
Yeah, that's insane.
That is crazy. All right, let me have that.
Total transformation.
Let's check the tires and see which tires we were rubbing. Looks like this one was good. I would have to guess it was probably, oh yep, it was this one. I figured. I got the quarter panel still under here, so if you guys have been following, I've been talking to Alex, and he's the guy that does all the body work and paint stuff, and he's definitely, wow, it's incredible. It's incredible. He's the guy that's going to do the paint and body, or all the body work and the paint stuff. So I think we're probably just going to end up finishing off this quarter panel, cut it up a little bit underneath. We're definitely going to keep the over panels because the over panels really fill it in. But wow, incredible.